Greetings, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for your presence. Thanks for tuning in, listening to what's going to go down today, which is I have no idea. And it's a little bit freaky to have no idea. I mean, I prepare in the way that I write for about an hour, sometimes less. And then I call upon Source. Today I called upon Archangel Michael, this band of mercy angels, to come and assist. I just thought about how if my brothers were watching this, they'd think I had just lost it, or it would confirm to them that I was a nutter. It's okay. I've always been the black sheep of the family, of course, and I always want my family to heal and to wake up and smell the roses. And I always want myself to wake up and smell the roses instead of the burned coffee. It's my intention to raise my frequency and vibration all day, every day, by connecting with Source. It's become my raison d'etre, whatever, the meaning of my life. It's become my call, It's like what I would want more than anything else. So thank you. I appreciate you. The word of the day, or the topic of the day for me, has become compassion. I think it's one of the greatest things, one of the greatest tools to have in the toolkit, but also one of the greatest ways to flow through life. And I think that the compassion must start with compassion for the self, compassion for your human self, for everything that you've been through upon taking the wind of birth. I was just writing today that I believe that whatever force wanted to separate me from Source, the indoctrination started while I was in the womb. It started before I even took the wind of birth. And I have only known grief and suffering and sadness, for the most part, about, being incarnated this time. It's just been a real and total, like, get me out of here, man. I've been wanting out of here for a while, and I never wanted to come back. I didn't. I was just like, I'm done. Put a fork in me. And I have my days where I'm just like, yeah, after this time, I'm going to take a really long vacation. But for now, I have turned it all around in this lifetime, thankfully. I appreciate so many things about how I got to this point, and so many beings, so many situations. I appreciate everything that brought me here. And I even appreciate this chance and opportunity to share this with y'all, even though some days I'm just like, I have no idea why I'm doing this. But isn't questioning's a part of being a human, really? It's a part of being an organic human. Questioning basically everything. I have found that when the questions get really hard and the answers get really hard, and when it gets really hard, I have found that entering into the heart space just makes it so much easier to bear. And when you enter the heart space, this is when compassion can truly flourish. Because when you're in the heart space, you are soaking in compassion. You're immersed in it. You're immersed in benevolence and the love of the divine. And you can do no wrong when you're there. For me, the intention is to be there as much as I possibly can, so that I can be compassionate with myself, with my foibles, with my mistakes, with the moments when my thoughts start to spiral out into no man's land. I can bring it back into the heart space and instantly have compassion for myself. And this kind of compassion just naturally kind of bleeds out into the rest. That's a weird way to say it, but it's what popped into my head. It bleeds out into the rest of humanity and the rest of the world. You just naturally start to feel compassionate for others and for your animals and for plants, and it just, living from the heart space is just a really beautiful way to live. And I have really, it's just only been recently in my life that I've first of all learned that my heart was locked up tight. I mean, I always thought it was loving and all that, and people always told me that I was, but wow, when I came into the presence of my heart, I realized how shut down it was. And it's beautiful to open your heart. There will be tears. Let me just tell you that in advance. There will be tears. And those are tears of God. Those are tears of the divine. Those are tears that wash away so much past hurt and pain and sadness. The more that you open your heart, the more you will come into the parts that weren't able to be expressed. And when you're in your heart, it's safe for them to be expressed. So I really believe that we're in a totally different energy now on planet Earth, where after centuries of it not being safe, it is now safe. It is now safe to open the heart. It is now safe to be who you truly are. It is now safe to come out and say, hey, I meditate every day for 20 minutes and it's gotten me in touch with my true self and the divine, and my world turned around 180 degrees, and I'm finally living in a place of, if I'm not in joy and if I'm not in connection, I know how to get back to it. So it's habitual to be out of connection and alignment with Source, and it's part of our indoctrination and, what do you want to call it, brainwashing, to get as far away from Source energy as possible, to just get out of the body and get into some other sort of a zone, There's so many different things that I can tell you about, but just for today, I want to tell you that it's safe now. It's safe now to dwell in love. It's safe now to go inward and be still and listen. I want to thank you again for your presence and for being here. That's my kitty. He rings the bells when it's time to go out. And I am his servant and slave, and I do whatever he wants, whenever he wants it. Cats have a way of wrapping you around their little fingers. And they also have claws, and they also can pee on things, so you gotta do what they want. I'm sending you so much love and encouragement to dwell in the heart. Find compassion for yourself and let it spread out to the rest of the planet. Peace.